Well, today I had the chance to spend a lot of time with my birds here on the homestead. The day started off just like every day has started off over the past month or so since we received our baby chicks and baby ducklings in the mail. Flying a lot more, aren't they?
Yes.
They're pretty thirsty this morning. And these, man, they have grown a lot. It's hard to believe that these guys are about a month old now. Look how big this duckling is. It's almost not a duckling anymore. Not really happy with me. Put him back. In about a week or so, I'm gonna go ahead and build these guys a new tractor, chicken tractor, and a duck tractor. They'll still be chicks and ducklings, but to start having them go outside and being able to experience life on grass. So that's a project coming up. I'm going to build one similar to this with the top open. I really like that, but I'm also planning to make it where they can go out the front as well. I've done that before and really like that. So, but for now, they need feed and they need some more pine shaving. Selah, could you get them some more feed for me?
Yep.
Try to put it in as gently as I can, just to help prevent mass hysteria and them freaking out, because they will freak out. You want to make sure that your movements aren't fast and jerky, that you're just nice and smooth as you're doing different things you need to do. You don't want to freak out! Picking one up there?
Yep.
You remember what these were called? What kind of breed these are?
Yep, Red Star.
Yeah, Red Star from Murray McMurray. I must say, so far I've been really impressed with the ducklings and the chicks that we got from Murray McMurray. And the customer service has been great, as well as the animals here, the birds here. They're just really fantastic, and they're just beautiful. So I'm really excited to see them as they continue to grow and progress. But I must say, these ducklings are bigger than I thought they were going to be, especially at this point. We'll see how big they're going to be. So after we got them some new water, some new feed, and some new shavings to keep their areas sanitary, I noticed that they needed some more grit. And for those of you who don't know, grit consists of dirt, sand, rocks, various hard things that ducks and chickens will eat. And that helps them with digestion. And what I do for their grit is I just take a little bit of dirt, and now we're just taking it from this grow bag here, mixed with a little bit of sand. And then next I just add it to this tray. So that morning chore was checked off the list, and next came the major project that I had planned for today, and that is to move our main flock of chickens from an area that they've been clearing out for us in a forest area that had poison ivy and everything growing, and really my plan is to really clean and clear that area out so we can make it more productive and more efficient for moving the chickens and ducks in the future. Because I've been raising the chickens and ducks that we have here on our farm mostly in wooded areas just because we don't have pasture. So I've been beginning the process of just starting clearing areas out more so that way we can have some at least small micro pasture areas to be growing and raising our chickens in. And as I was getting ready to prep them to move them, I did have one challenge that I had to deal with. All right, so it's time to move our chickens and ducks again into a new area. And we're continuing to work on this wooded area, culling it out, cleaning it up, and the chickens are working hand in hand with me to do it. The new area that I want to bring them to, we still have a lot of stuff here. We have these blocks here that are from my father-in-law, his business. He's Mason, has done it for years, and we were getting ready to move them. Lacie even brought out the equipment to do it, but it wasn't sounding that great, so she put it right back. But they still need to be moved. So there's an area right behind this block that I'm going to try to run the fence along, because that's one of the problems I'm dealing with right now. I could either go around the block and let the chickens kind of be on the block, which doesn't sound like a good idea with pooping on the block, and just really want to get that cleared out because it needs to be done anyway. But I think I'm going to bring the fence from right here and then run it alongside and through there. But I need to cut out a number of things before I do that. So I guess I better get to work, right? All right, the main goal is to make sure that we have a clear area, that there's not a lot of debris coming into contact with the fence when we put it in here. So I'm just clearing this out. So I'm about to go through and take this one out right here to get a little low. So gonna take it out. Man. Chickens naturally prefer jungle and forest areas, and there's a lot of benefits to that, from protection from predators and just giving them more of a natural area to scratch in and express their chickenness. However, it does make it more challenging for the farmer moving them around. So that's one of the big reasons why we are doing this area, changing it around. But it's not the only reason, because we want to make this area overall more productive, more efficient, and more aesthetically pleasing. All right, so as you can tell right here, the path is mostly clear. I just got to move the stone right there. I'm gonna need a hand moving that. I do a lot of stuff when I can by myself or with the kids, but the kids aren't quite strong enough to give me a hand on this. So I'm gonna ask Lacie to come give me a hand in moving this stone out of there. But after that, I'm gonna take some of these blocks here down and put them on pallets out here, because with having something on the outside of your chicken fence, your area, it makes it more susceptible for predators to climb up there and jump right into your fence. So I'm gonna take this down to reduce the risk of that after we move the stone.
Hello.
Hello, can you give me a hand with moving some stone?
Sure.
I got the muscle, you got some extra muscle, so I think between the two of us we can get it done. Getting the barn fit in, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the step. I know.
Over there.
I get it. Alright. Warming up. Kind of fall like when it's like 55, 60 degrees outside. Alright, second lift. Uno, dos, tres. Not as bad, but there's a whole bunch of ants. Alrighty, third one. I don't know if we can do this. It is heavy. How about you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Easy.
I am.
You need a rest here?
Yeah.
All right, ready for 2? Good rest. All right, here we go. Nice and easy. Nice and easy.
Keep going though, because my fingers are getting tired.
Nice and easy though. Almost there. All right. Bang! You made it. Thanks for the help.
Awesome.
Couldn't have done it without you. All right, so I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna at least start by taking this extra fence, connecting it without really connecting it to this fence here. And once we get it wrapped around all the way there, then we'll open it up and let the chickens and ducks come into this new area, and then we'll resituate this one. All right, so our fence doesn't meet up with the other end. So we got some reconfiguring to do, which is another disadvantage of raising chickens in a forest jungle area, because you have to work around a lot of the trees to get your fencing figured out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up, let them out. Hopefully they'll start gravitating into the leaves and where the grass is in the area we want them to start cleaning up in, while we try to figure out adjusting the fence for them.
Daddy, why don't we use the fence for the garden to keep them in while we're adjusting the fence and setting it up?
I believe she has a point. Good idea. Way to go. All right, so we'll just move our electric fencing just a few feet over against our garden fence, like Selah said. And right down here, I haven't finished the fence up here, so we'll just use this too. So as the chickens and ducks are coming out and Selah's encouraging them, I'm going to just go around and encourage some of the others that are laying down just by manually waving my hand to getting them to come this way. And for those of you who don't know, Greg is our guard goose. Come on, everybody! Alrighty, so I am going to take this fence up. This is the Premier One perma netting. This is my favorite. It's really sturdy, really high quality. All their fences are good, but I really like this one better. The other one breaks a little bit easier. With these fencing, one thing to keep out for each time you move it is just watch out for the spikes here. You don't want to keep getting them bent, and then that'll get to a point where it's hard to bend them back and you can even break them. So each time I just kind of bend them back in position and before I put them in.
Hey Daddy, the khaki Campbell ducks camouflage really good in with the leaves.
They do?
Yep.
Naturally, most animals in the wild are going to be a brown or colors that complement the environment in which they live, because that helps them to stay alive from what?
Predator.
That's right. I'm orange, I'm a predator.
Hey Daddy, did you know that the Arctic fox changes its color whenever it's in the cold season? It turns white. In the warmer season, it turns brown, so it can blend in.
I actually did not know that. That is pretty cool. And did you know that the Anola lizard can turn green to camouflage itself for the leaves, and then sometimes it can turn brown?
Yes.
Oh, you're just too smart. Okay, another disadvantage of raising them in the woods is you get sticks entangled up inside it when you're moving in at different times. It's really a pain sometimes. Whenever I'm doing my fences, my Premier One netting, I like my fence to be as tight as possible and coming into contact with the ground. Hopefully not at all, but as few times as possible, because each time that the fence is coming into contact with the ground, that's more of a shot that you're losing in your fence. I see a number of homesteaders on YouTube, their fence is touching the ground and it's just too saggy. I like for that fence to be as tight as we can make it. And as we were finishing up setting up the fencing for the chickens and ducks new area, I next take pins and put them in the last string on the netting that is not electrified to hold the fence down and just to keep the chickens and ducks from going under the fence to escape. So whoo, what a day in dealing with the birds. Thankfully we got them moved into the new section that they're going to be clearing out for us and helping prepare the way for us to be clearing out a number of those trees. And hopefully in the future, probably around spring, summer or so, when these birds, these ducklings and chicks right behind me are ready to just be expressing their full chickenness and duckness, that we'll have nice, clean, clear areas to move them around without having to maneuver around trees. I'm looking forward to that. Well, still have some more work to do, and tomorrow I plan to start working on clearing out some more trees and using the new tool that I recently got, the log ox. So can't wait to use that and look forward to sharing it with you. Well, that's it for now. I think it's about dinner time. I'm hungry. Let me know what you're having for dinner and what you may have had already for dinner. Well, that's it. We'll see you next time, and as always, be strong, grow on. I'm out of here.